After years of talks in the legislature surrounding reform in the Arizona state prison system, a bill was finally signed into law.
Now that happened last month, establishing an independent oversight office for policy and safety within the Department of Corrections. But funding concerns have slowed down how quickly this program would go into effect, prompting concern for advocates and employees.
13 News reporter Sean Mahoney joins us live outside of the Arizona State Prison Complex, Tucson, off Wilmot Road, with more on where things currently stand. Hey, Sean.
Oversight office included $1.5 million of state funding. However, Governor Hobbs, when she signed this into law, didn't require the state to pay anything. Now the office and the program waits for funding to start fixing the problems that inmates, corrections officers, and prison reform advocates say is desperately needed, especially in units here at the state prison complex in Tucson.
I think had a lot to do with the events that happened in Tucson in April. You have to back up a bit and say, well, what's going on that allowed those things to happen?
Donna Leone-Ham with Middle Ground Prison Reform says recent violence at the Tucson State Prison put more eyes on the failures of the current grievance filing process. As she says, inmates' safety and medical concerns face many roadblocks and sometimes aren't fully addressed.
It hardly ever works to the advantage of an inmate.
A problem corrections officers at the prison say they face too.
When we have short staffing and things like that, we can't really, there's nowhere for us to go to. And there's a lot of staff that will complain, but they don't take it any further because they know administration is not going to listen.
In a statement provided to us by the Arizona Department of Corrections, they say they updated their grievance policy in May, which included an updated appeal process through the levels of the prison, saying in part, quote, "The department continuously monitors and improves policies as needed, and all inmate grievances are investigated and taken seriously. However, the newly approved oversight committee is something officers say gives them hope."
I feel that would hold them more accountable. You know, this is what you guys said was going to happen. What are you guys doing to make it happen?
The law provides an independent oversight office to monitor the prison system for policy compliance and set up a new grievance filing hub. But a month later, and there hasn't been any progress for one big reason.
Given the bipartisan support for the bill, it's probably more a surprise that it wasn't funded.
The law cut a proposed $1.5 million in state funding. It's something Leone-Ham says would have forced the office to be up and running by October 1st. But now the office is waiting for federal funding or grant money to start the process. Ham says grant money may be able to get the $1.5 million figure, but will take time and won't sustain the office long term. 1.5
million should be a good startup number, but it probably is not going to be enough to sustain the office through as it grows exponentially.
Time which officers in the Tucson State Prison say they can't waste on an issue as important as this.
We will need this right away, like I said, because for staff safety, for inmate safety, for staffing levels.
Now, I did reach out to Governor Katie Hobbs' office for a comment or response on why the state funding was cut from this office. I have yet to receive a response. Reporting live outside of the Tucson State Prison Complex, Sean Mahoney, 13 News.